Welcome to another Fantasy Goodfellas video. We're going to talk about the top wide receivers 11 through 30 in Week 8. You ready?
I'm ready.
Fantasy Goodfellas.
Rolling on the field.
Fantasy Goodfellas.
All right, for the top wide receiver rankings 11 through 30, Richard, take it over.
At number 11, we have Terry McLaurin, who will be at Denver.
Terry McLaurin's heating up, right?
Yep, he's definitely, hopefully, getting healthier. He did well this week. We expect the trend to continue, regardless of quarterback. At number 12, Chris Godwin at New Orleans.
The only thing that concerns me is the lack of touchdowns for Godwin.
He'll continue to get them. I mean, that team has Mike Evans. I mean, they had Gronk early on. He's coming back probably. Antonio Brown's been scoring touchdowns. But listen, Godwin's just coming off a 100-yard game where he scored a touchdown. I think that trend continues, especially if Antonio Brown doesn't suit up. At number 13, Adam Thielen, who will be home against the Cowboys.
All right, so who's the real number one there in Minnesota? Is it Thielen or is it Jefferson?
I still say it's Jefferson. Jefferson has that big playmaking ability. While Adam Thielen tends to be more steady, making catches, getting open. I think he's going to have a good game. I think this is going to be a shootout. I think both of them are going to feast this game. And number 14, Deebo Samuel at Chicago.
Moving forward, which quarterback do you like better for Deebo Samuel for fantasy?
Well, I think Deebo Samuel is a talent, and I think he's going to do well regardless of quarterback. He obviously has some chemistry with Garoppolo, but Garoppolo is bad. So I think it's time for San Francisco to put in Trey Lance. And number 15, CeeDee Lamb at Minnesota.
CeeDee Lamb is just a bright young talent. How high do you think his ceiling is? Top 5 every week?
Eventually. I mean, if the way he's playing continues. But don't forget, they have Amari Cooper over there. Dalton Schultz is another favorite target of Dak Prescott. They have Zeke in the backfield, Pollard. I mean, there's a lot of weapons in Dallas. That's a good offense. But CeeDee Lamb definitely has top 5 potential. And number 16, DJ Moore at Atlanta.
The rumor is Carolina's interested in Deshaun Watson. Do you think that would bode well for DJ Moore?
Well, here, I got a little insider information for you. Number 1, Deshaun Watson doesn't want to go to Carolina. But yes, Sam Darnold, not the guy. And DJ Moore is a tremendous talent. Darnold's play is falling back down to earth. And number 17, Amari Cooper at Minnesota.
With Dallas, it seems 1 week it's CeeDee Lamb, 1 week it's Cooper. Who would you pick moving forward?
I think Amari Cooper has better chemistry with Dak Prescott. But the issue with Amari Cooper is, again, he's always hurt. Whereas CeeDee Lamb is the younger, better athlete. But I think this season is going to be very close. I think CeeDee Lamb actually, at this point, is going to start to take over. At 18, Calvin Ridley home against Carolina.
Atlanta seems to be winning, but Ridley isn't benefiting.
Yeah, listen, this last game, he didn't have that much yardage. He got a touchdown. He got hit hard. His bell got rung. We'll see how he rebounds. But Calvin Ridley, everybody expected number 1 numbers from him this year because Julio Jones left, and he has not been that. And number 19, Robert Woods at Houston.
To me, Woods is not really living up to expectations. He had one outstanding game, and the other one's, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, look, Cooper Kupp has exceeded expectations, right? No one knew he was going to have this chemistry with Matt Stafford. And Robert Woods used to be the number 1 receiver there. He's not any longer. But, hey, he'll catch the occasional touchdown. Matt Stafford is great. That offense is great. He's still a number 2 guy. He's still going to put up good numbers. And number 20, Keenan Allen, home against New England.
I know everybody likes Herbert, but just not going Keenan Allen's way. What do you think happens the rest of the season?
Well, Keenan Allen's getting targets. He's just not doing much with them. I think it's a matter of, is he healthy? If he's 100%, I don't think he is. But if he's 100%, maybe it's just time to downgrade him completely. And number 21, Cortland Sutton, who will be home against the Washington football team.
A lot of people are high on Sutton. I just don't see it paying off this season.
He's going to have good games. He's the number 1 there. Teddy Bridgewater isn't amazing, but when he throws, it normally goes to Cortland Sutton. Cortland Sutton's been on a roll as of late. And number 22, DK Metcalf, home against Jacksonville.
I guess this is a matchup thing because the quarterback isn't really helping Metcalf out, but they are going against Jacksonville.
Yep, Geno Smith is a backup, NFL backup. DK Metcalf is amazing. I think this is the week he blows up with a couple of long touchdown passes. And number 23, Antonio Brown at New Orleans.
What's your response? And if I said Antonio Brown's the number 1 in Tampa?
I would say maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I think he's putting it together this season. And number 24, Deontay Johnson at Cleveland.
It seems crazy to think any wide receiver from Pittsburgh should make the top 30 with the way Ben Roethlisberger's playing.
Yeah, but look at Deontay Johnson's numbers. He continues to produce. And number 25, Devonta Smith at Detroit.
Last couple of weeks, the ball hasn't gone Smith's way. You think it happens this week?
Yeah, it's been a couple of slow weeks, but hey, the matchup is fantastic. Devonta Smith is a talent. Look, this is the week for him to produce. I think he will, but if he doesn't, time for him to be out of our top 30. And number 26, Emmanuel Sanders, who will be home against the Miami Dolphins.
Are you having a change of heart with Emmanuel Sanders? Because early on, you thought he was a little old and just didn't have it. What do you think now?
No, I'm still not high on Emmanuel Sanders. I'm high on Josh Allen. I'm high on the Buffalo Bills. I'm high on that offense. He just seems to be the number 2 receiver right now, surpassing Beasley, and he's getting production. And number 27, Jaylen Waddle at Buffalo.
Do you think this week's matchup bodes well for Waddle, especially with that high potent Buffalo offense?
It's going to be tough, but because Buffalo is going to put up points, Tagovailoa is going to have to throw. The Dolphins will probably be behind. And Jaylen Waddle, listen, he's an explosive guy who has yet to have a long touchdown reception. I think this is the week. And number 28, T. Higgins at the Jets.
The ball seems to be going Chase's way, but they got a good matchup with the Jets. Is that why he's here?
Absolutely. Great matchup with the Jets. Joe Burrow is balling. Jamar Chase is going to have an unbelievable game, but there's still going to be enough leftovers for T. Higgins. And number 29, Marquez Callaway, who will be home against Tampa Bay.
What do you like about Callaway that gets him in your top 30?
Well, he seems to be, by default, right, the number 1 in New Orleans. And then you have a week where New Orleans is going to have to pass a lot. Jameis Winston is going to have to pass a lot to keep up with Tom Brady. That's going to bode well for Callaway. And number 30, Brandon Cooks, home against the LA Rams.
The only question I say is, when's the touchdown going to come his way?
Yeah, hey, Houston's a bad team, right? Touchdowns are going to be not common there. But Brandon Cooks is producing no matter what, no matter who the quarterback is. This guy's showing that he's a true talent, and some team is going to be lucky to get him, whether it be through trade or in the offseason. He's being wasted in Houston.
Thanks for coming on here and sharing your top wide receiver rankings 11 through 30.
It's my pleasure. Remember, like, subscribe, ask your questions in the comments section. We're here for you.
Fantasy Goodfellas.
Rolling on the field.
Fantasy Goodfellas.